Good to go.
Hey, what's up? I'm Bobby Hall, also known as Logic, and I'm taking over the Barnes & Noble everything. This is me here in my writing room. These are my books. This is my Smith Corona typewriter, which I love. You can ignore the gun I have. This is Grand Budapest Hotel. I actually really love I love my space because it's extremely inspiring, and I love to surround myself with the things that I love. So if you look over here, you'll actually see I had all these films made on VHS, brand new films. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Django. I mean, everything Tarantino. Here, look, even Grand Budapest. I'm kind of obsessed. Over there's Boy with Apple. Another thing too, if you note here and over there, above the supermarket and right here, is I love to support. So I'm not asking you to buy this many copies of my book, but if you buy one, that'd be really nice. When I'm into something or I really support someone, I go above and beyond. There's some Pokemon cards. Yeah, this is very messy. These are actually pages from when I had to read the audiobook. Because my mom slept till noon and because I didn't learn my lesson after I got locked out and had shit in my underwear, but I still wandered out of the apartment sometimes whenever I got bored. This is about when I got picked up by the cops when I was like 5 years old. Surrounded by guitars. I actually have some of the original masters on the analog version on tape of the No Pressure album. Harry Potter. You gotta love that. I'm funny. I'm a funny guy because like I don't know if I'm supposed to try to make myself sound cool in this video, but that's just not who I am. Here it is. This is what it is. It's actually taken me a lot not to cuss. I love cursing. This is a fake Louis Vuitton briefcase from the 80s. It's actually from the 80s, but it's a fake. They used real Louis Vuitton leather. This is where I sit. Once again, Boy with Apple. This is me standing in Jerry Seinfeld's house. This is where I write and drink as well. I love using this because it's, you know, it really feels like a keyboard or like I'm on a typewriter, which is really cool. I got some vinyl. This is it. This is the space. It's where I do my ting, and it's really fun. So there's the tour. Some of my favorite writers and books that have influenced me. I mean, at the top of the list is Ready Player One, Ernest Cline. I love that guy. It's actually really crazy because when he wrote Ready Player Two, he sent me a copy, and I went to the acknowledgments and I saw my name. You know, we had ended up just being friends. I went from being a giant fan to being homies together, and that was really special. Yeah, I mean, I love sci-fi, and I love, you know, I love other books as well. You know what's really funny is there's certain topics that I'm supposed to talk about during this takeover, and it's hilarious because I don't know exactly what to talk about. I mean, yeah, man, J.K. Rowling. I'm looking at the books trying to remember who I like. I've actually bought some manga from Barnes and Noble, so I'm really into Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. I love all that. It's funny. I don't think I'm the traditional writer guy. You know what I mean? I'm not the dude. I didn't go to college. I didn't even graduate high school. Actually, I hated reading my entire life, and the reason I hated it is because of the way it was set up systematically through the school system. It wasn't approached in a way that was fun. We were told to read what they told us to read, and that was it. You know, I think if I had discovered a realm of books that I love, you know, like H.G. Wells' Time Machine, classic. Like, I love that. The Invisible Man. There's so many great books that are fun to read, but I think sometimes we're forced to only, you know, kind of be in a certain space. So for me, it was important that I finally got to it. I mean, yeah, even the Society of the, like, I'm just very big on things that I'm into. And, you know, Alan Watts said this quote, which I love: anything you can be interested in, you'll find others who are. Tolkien, Lord of the Rings, couldn't do it. I tried. I got them. I was reading like hundreds and hundreds of pages in, and I was just like, man, I don't know. And I think Lord of the Rings is awesome. It was just weird. It was weird. You're reading in this kind of old English. I think that's why it was fun writing Supermarket. It was just a guy telling a story, and it wasn't that deep. And I definitely had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, I also loved reading all the Indiana Jones novels, dog. I'm like, it's really funny that I'm the guy taking over Barnes & Noble right now, but I couldn't be happier. So those are some of the things that I'm into. Big film guy. Love to read books on film as well. Study film, things like that. Actually, funny enough, here's something for you. We can end this video with this. I am a big visual guy, and if you open this bad boy up, it's the first thing you see, and many of my fans may recognize that as the inspiration for my second studio album cover called The Incredible True Story. There are some of my books, and a fun fact: Barnes & Noble, we taking over. From the hood to the library, son, we made it. Whether it's scripts, novels, thank you for joining me here in my casa, or memoirs, music, as you can see, is a very important element of my life. So whenever I sit down and vibe, it really all depends on what I'm making. So I spent my whole life creating hip hop, as you can see here. And for me, as much as I love hip hop, that was a big, I guess you could say that it played a big part in my creativity while creating that. Now, while creating worlds and other things, I don't necessarily really listen to rap. I like to listen to a lot of Bowie, Stones, Toro y Moi, you know, Mac DeMarco, The Kinks. I could go on and on. I mean, so many different vibes. I got a bunch of vinyls. Hell, if you look over there, you can see a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them over here behind me. It's just, you know, whatever really drives me. Flaming Lips, even obscure cuts too. Like here, look, I can just grab this. Literally, let's see, we got a little Back to the Future soundtrack. Oh yeah, I gotta pick that bad boy up in Japan. Boys in the Hood soundtrack, really good. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in my life. I really love it. And the reason I love it is because Tarantino somehow came across all these old tapes from 1969, which is insane because it's extremely serendipitous that that's when his movie also took place. And he had the real Don Steele, who was a radio DJ back in the day, and he kind of set it up where it feels like you're actually listening to the radio in 1969, full of commercials and all these different things. And those are things that I really love to listen to when immersing myself as a writer. So when it comes to like literature, I mean, more so just like novels and creating a story, I love to be immersed. I love to listen. Something that maybe I wouldn't even listen to normally, but my character would, or this character would, or that one would. But when writing a memoir, it's a lot different. It was actually more silent, honestly. It was more going over the soundtrack in my head to my life. But anyway, I'll see you next time on the next episode, where me, Bobby Hall, Logic, takes over Barnes & Nobles. I wish I could cuss. I can't. I'm going to keep it G-rated. What's up? It's Bobby Hall, aka Logic, the guy who made This Bright Future, the memoir. I'm here to talk to you about the signed special edition copies only at Barnes & Noble 9/7/2021. I totally didn't just read that. Anyway, listen, you guys, I'm being funny. I'm excited. My life is in this book. These pages are insane. They're crazy. Barnes & Noble has been an incredible partner. I mean, they're letting me be weird and do my thing and just be myself. You know what I mean? This isn't some guy in front of the camera trying to be all cool and whatnot and things like that. Please go get the book, man. Support me. I'm not going to sit all here like, hello there, once upon a time at Barnes & Nobles, I sold a book. Now, forget all that, man. Go support me. Shout out Barnes & Nobles. Don't forget Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Nobles. My homies always be like Subways. They always put S at the end of things. I don't know. Maybe it's a hood thing. All right. I love you guys. Peace.